Red Feather presents From the Archives. Chapter 44. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Part 1. Blind Man's Bluff.
Yeah, somewhere around... I have directions, but they're not good.
Yeah, because you got them from Zedaf.
I think it's a left here.
Oh, there's the ranger station. I don't see anybody. I'm surprised there aren't more campers around.
Well, it is almost winter. I think it's right around the tail end of the hiking season.
Does it look like it might rain to you guys? Those storm clouds are looking mighty ominous to me.
Yeah. Weird. It wasn't in the forecast. Hey, speaking of, we're not going to be camping out, are we? I didn't exactly pack for that.
No, if we can't find anything today, we'll just head back and stay the night in the town. We have a hotel room if we need it.
Hey, did you guys see that?
What?
Eyes on the road, please.
There was a car crashed off the side of the road just back there, past the tree line.
So someone else is out here.
That's not really what I was trying to say. You don't think...
Is that... Guys, hold on!
Hey! Was wondering where you'd gotten to. You're looking a little,
I said I wanted your statement, Scar.
And you can have it. Absolutely. But, don't you think we should maybe, get out of here first? I haven't seen you in almost a full day. I'm glad you're okay, but I think we're kind of in over our heads here.
You were dead.
What? Oh, the car crash? Nah, I just got a little bounced around. I'm sure it looked a lot worse than it was. If you'd stuck around...
I woke up in the car, impulse was gone, and your head was twisted around until it was almost backwards, Scar. You were not alive, I checked.
Ah.
Tell me the truth.
Now, Grian, let's...
From the start.
I died when I was 8. I hit the bottom of a pool head first and broke my neck. I drowned. I've died working for you 20 or 30 times by now, I think. To be honest, I never really kept count. The combustion case, the mysterious tremors, the bugs. Once or twice, I've gotten hit by cars leaving work. I even died the first time we met. But you knew that already, didn't you? When you think I'm not looking, sometimes you stare at me like I'm a dead man walking, which I am. But nobody's supposed to know. But you do. Sometimes I still get headaches, you know, right here. Some deaths stick more than others. Hey, do you want to maybe back up a bit? Just getting a little, or not, that's fine too. Totally fine.
Tell me what you remember from the car crash.
I saw the other car first, veered off the side of the road and sort of crumpled up against a tree. Doors open, airbags blown. It went too fast for me to really see, but I didn't think anybody was inside, living or not. I started to think we should stop and go back, but before I could even really get that sentence all the way out, there was I don't know what it was. A wolf? Or a bear? You probably had a better view than I did. I just remember seeing a huge black shape barreling at us through the trees, and then the whole car sort of rolled, and my head snapped back, and... well... you know, dying of a broken neck usually isn't instant. A lot of the time, if you get someone to a doctor, they can even make a full recovery, if damage to the spine is minimal. Though, I didn't have a shot at that, because you and Impulse were both out, and my damage was definitely not minimal, because I couldn't feel anything down past my chest. I sort of blurred in and out for a while as I was dying. At one point, there was someone else there. Nobody I knew, I don't think, but they levered the door open and pulled Impulse out of the driver's seat. I couldn't really get a good look at them, since I couldn't move my head. I think they were blonde. Probably a man. You were still there when I finally died, but by the time I woke up again, you were gone.
What's that like? Dying.
It's dark. I remember it being cold the first time, but it's not like that anymore. Like when you've jumped into a pool a few times and it starts feeling warmer than the air.
Keep going.
Well, I woke up. I hauled myself out of the car. Turned out to be really lucky Impulse's friend had pried the driver's side door open, because none of the other handles were working. I tried looking for footprints, his or yours or anyone's, but the fall leaves were so thick on the ground I couldn't find any. So I just started walking. The sky was still dark, no rain, but the clouds were so thick and heavy the sun only barely made it through. It can't have been long past sunset by then, but it felt more like midnight. And there was something in the air. Some sort of tension. Something prickling on the back of my neck, like I was being watched. And hey, I'm used to that. I work with you. At this point, it makes me feel right at home. But, well, that was about the point I remembered about the thing that had been big enough to roll our car right over, and the fact that it was still around somewhere close. And right on cue, the howling started up. Well, you know me. You know I'm not so great at the whole, running thing. It's the knees. And they're always particularly uncooperative when I've just died, so... I actually managed to keep ahead longer than I thought I would. And fortunately, I still had my watch with me so I could track the time. I just wanted to find you and Impulse and get out of there, but... except for when the moon occasionally got out from behind the clouds, it was so dark I could barely see my hand in front of my face. I still haven't seen Impulse. I've caught glimpses of the wolves here and there. Once, I thought I heard some people talking, not voices I recognized, but I wasn't able to find them. And once, well, one of them caught up with me. One of the wolves, except it wasn't, really. It backed me up against a tree, growling, and it was so dark I could only see its outline in the moonlight on its teeth. Teeth. You know, it's kind of funny. I always hear people talk about how sharp teeth are when they're talking about, predator animals. But when I saw these, all I could think of was that they weren't that sharp, and they were for tearing. And it would hurt. And then the light shifted, or a cloud crossed the moon, and the outlines of what I was looking at changed. I still couldn't see well at all, but I can tell you it wasn't a wolf at all. It was a person. The teeth were the same. I held very still for what felt like a very long time. And then, when the moon came out again, whatever it was gone. Eventually, the sun rose, and the world got a little brighter, though the clouds have still stuck around. I actually feel like they've gotten thicker over the night. I haven't been able to find the road again, which is a little bit deja vu. It made me feel a little bit anxious, to say the least. And then I ran into you. And I was relieved at first to see you, but now I can't seem to stop talking, and I'm not entirely sure why, and my personal bubble is not exactly being respected, and I can't say I'm terribly fond of the way you haven't blinked once looking at me. When I first saw you again at the Institute, I wasn't sure if it was really you. Not because you didn't seem like you remembered. Nobody ever does. And I wouldn't even be sure it had really happened if not for the 3 hours I had to walk back to civilization after waking up. Not easy on bad joints, I'll tell you that. No. I thought maybe it wasn't you, because your eyes were different. Out there in the forest, when we first met, there was something about them. Some light. Something hungry, I'd say. But they were normal eyes. Dark enough brown that they almost looked black. Human eyes. When I saw you for the first time in the Institute, after you got hired, I honestly wasn't sure at first if it was even the same person. It was the eyes. They weren't right. You shouldn't be able to remember seeing me dead. Nobody ever does. But there's something about you, isn't there? Not the same thing that's wrong with me, but it's those eyes of yours. They look different when we first met. They looked different before you stopped wearing your glasses all the time. And they look different now, too. That's all. That's all I've got for you.
What was... Oh no. Green, if you can hear this, get out of here. We've got it under control.
We have not.
And you think him being here will improve things any, do you? Listen, I'll even come in and give a statement after if that's what you want. Just get out of here.
Ow.
Hey, you're up and breathing. How's your head? Do you know what year it is?
Tango? 2022. What happened? There was a bear.
Yeah, a wolf, actually, I think. You almost drove straight into the doom zone. Sorry, I should have added that in my instructions, but I was, all over the place trying to get here in time and also keeping Zed out of a 12-mile radius of the entire region, so this place didn't turn into... Anyways, you made it! Welcome to my little field study camp. I've mapped out the borders of the zone as best I can. I want you to check my math, actually, just in case I mess something up, but we should be safely out of the affected area up here.
You brought me here? Did you see Scar and Green?
Right. Yeah. So they were there when I came and found you, but they both look hurt. The tall guy especially, and I didn't want to try and move them on my own, so I got you out first, but by the time I tried to go back, it had already started. Couldn't get close again.
What do you mean? What started?
I'm still workshopping names. Zed likes singularity, but I'm leaning towards concentrated spookification event.
And we can't get in? Are they gonna be okay?
We could probably get in, but we wouldn't be able to get out again until it ended, and I don't know if it does end. So...
Got it.
Also, I was waiting for you to wake up, but there's a couple other guys also lurking around outside the edges of the affected zone. If you feel like you could stand up without throwing up, I figured we might go say hi. Oh, also, do you know what this is? I didn't bring it.
Oh, this is one of Grian's... Is it recording? Hold on.
From the Archives is a fanfic series written by Johnny 16th Days and Zephaniah Grains, inspired by the Magnus Archives and by Hermitcraft and other Minecraft series. This chapter was performed by Nomiomi as Scar, Tizzy as Grian, Chrisrin as Impulse, NerdyValkyrie as Scott, Smelly as Jimmy, and elijahjdl as Tango. Editing for this episode was done by Campfire and Noctude. Music was composed by Noctude. Thanks for listening.